Have you ever felt that you wanted to be connected or more closely connected to everyone around you? And have you ever thought that you might actually help in the connection with people around you? In today's episode, we're going to be discussing the importance of connection with people and how that can affect our daily lives.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled episode with Jayson, Infinite Magic, your host, and
Alison Yon.
the lovely host, Alison Yon. So this is just spare of the moment thing I just got before, because we're looking for, we haven't got really much.
We haven't had much inspiration in ideas.
Or a chance to do that. So I had a big thing, because I'm going to be talking about my job and my new transition today, and what I've learned along the way. And as you said at the start of the show, the importance of connection, which I really didn't get until the last couple of weeks, how big and how important it is, especially at your workplace where you work, regardless of what you think of your job or if you love it or not, don't love it, but the connection with your the people you work with the staff, with your comrades in what you do, I've worked out is so important. It is unbelievable.
I feel that it's a great topic for you to discuss because it can also look at the broader spectrum of it as well, because it's not just about connection with people in the workforce, but it's also about just connection with people in general. It can be family members, friends, work colleagues, like you said. And we have always spoken about topics that include the subject of connection as well. Yep. Because connection is important for us as a collective. No matter how introverted you are, connection with other people is still very important. I feel like the ones that are introverted are more the ones that actually need energy. They need to just recharge their energy. But they're still wanting that connection with people. So this is a really interesting topic because Jayson has gone through a full year of amazing, I'm just going to call awesome sauciness in the company that we are working with at the moment. And I remember a few days ago going for a walk and really taking stock of what has played out for you in that whole year, being in the bakery section of where we are currently working. And now also you stepping into a completely different role in a completely different department, but still within the same company. And the stories you have shown, or the stories that you have told me, and what I remember is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so I've been in the department of the bakery for now, it's been now 12 months. And I stepped into that department not having any idea about what a bakery is. I mean, I know a bakery makes bakery goods. Yeah. I understand that. But this place is crazy with the amount of product and food that they make monthly. And the amount of work and integrity that goes into making this stuff, this food, is absolutely phenomenal. And I walked into this department and I went, oh shit. I could not believe the output and the speed and the care that needs to be making this food. A lot of time from scratch. I mean, the pastry, the meat, I mean, everything, just with the pies and the sausage rolls, for example, all the pastry, everything's made by scratch. And the team that you need to do that day in, day out, every year, just has blown me away. And the amount of things I have had to learn with that, just not even talking about connecting with people, just be able to cope within the job, because it's physically demanding. As I've told you, I've come every day, I come home exhausted. I don't feel like I'm the only one. A lot of people would go home, I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit done. To keep that up, then the people come into this massive learning for me, where they had people who are just really there just to really work really hard, because that's what you were asked to do. And literally every second is important. If you are standing around for more than a couple of seconds, you have to do something else, because the fulfillment of time and productivity that needs to be done is out of control. And it took me a very long time, many, many months, to be able to get into the rhythm and the groove of that, including needing to learn how to do a lot. After 12 months, I've done, or I should say, I've learned a lot, but there's so much more to learn. It is craziness. So anybody that steps into this department, I take my hat off to you, especially newbies that go into the bakery. It is very overwhelming, and it is at times very scary, because you go in there and you're not knowing what to do. It's very hard to train people when they're new, because everybody's running around trying to get everything done in a time frame. So it's funny talking about, we've done podcasts on time, and this place is based on time down to the seconds. Yeah, mind-boggling and amazing of what happens in that department. And I've said to the head chef there, it's like, I don't want your job, mate. What you do, because he's stressed, because it's stress position, really highly stressed position. I wouldn't want your job, because to be able to keep that level of intensity going non-stop year after year after year, I don't get it. But I guess some people are made that way to be able to do that, but I know a lot of us can't do that. This is where I start to feel more into the groove and understood how things worked, and had a basic understanding how to make things, and I had to learn to speed up. It's like, you've got to be an athlete in there. And I've had people from another department go, you guys are athletes because you have to be. And that's not a lie, and that's not an exaggeration either. And I had to get a lot fitter and a lot more up to the level that need to be able to be a good part of the team. But that takes a moment to do that. So once I come into that level of being productive enough and okay enough to be able to do a lot of things, I was able to relax a little bit. And one of the co-workers, I want to send a shout out to Dale, because he's a goofball, funny, and he kept everything light and running as well. And we became best friends, really. He was my comrade, and he was a team leader. So, I had the head chef, and I'll do another shout out to Simon. G'day, mate. So Simon was the head chef, and then Dale was the team leader, trying to keep everything running as smoothly as you can. So we became really close. Like, in a way, I was helping to run everything as much as I could on my end, and we tried to make it fun and funny as much as you could in the time frame that you had, doing all the crazy creation of it all. And it kept everybody's spirits up. I remember the last day I left, the second last day, we have got these big spray containers, and we sprayed down the pastry. And I thought, just for a joke, I'll just spray one of the staff members. I sprayed him a bit too much, so he was a bit wet. The only reason I got that idea was because Dale's always, in the last few days, spraying water over me, and I'm thinking it's raining from the ceiling. Because occasionally the ceiling has leaked of water during a lot of rain. So I got that idea, and we just cracked up, and Anderson, his name's Anderson, g'day Anderson, and he just turned around. I'm thinking, I'm so dead. And he's like, Jayson, I will see you on the streets. I'm like, oh, shit, mate. Yeah, okay. If you want, we can go to the car park. So trying to do stupid things to keep it funny and entertaining as much as you can of the time frame that you got. What I found, without me even really trying, was just needing to talk to people at my breaks, or if passing by, just checking in with people. Are you okay? How are you going today? How was your weekend? Always just feeling the need, because these people are awesome. I love these people a lot, and it was very hard for me to move on. But it is what it is, and I'll go into it later. I'm digressing. I just felt the need just to connect and say hi and how you going, and like they're my friends, and that's what you do with your friends. You're just having, as much as you can, a little chat for even 5 seconds, or a passing by, or sticking a tongue out, or anything like that. It's just those little interactions with each other. Because we have a few Filipinos. Filipinos are beautiful people, hard-working people, really hard-working people. And I just felt like they needed more connection than like people who were born here, the Australians. And once you get to know people, it's really amazing how awesome they are and the stories that they share. I've learned so much about the different cultures, and what I worked out, it does not matter if you're Asian or Westerner or Australian or South African or whatever it is. We are all just people, all wanting to do our best and get by as much as we can. There should be no separation. So I just this is my family in this bakery, and with your family you care. So I worked bloody hard to make sure that I cared about everybody as much as I could. And I didn't realise how much that was really needed in there. And how we all need that connection, especially with a really challenging job. You really need that close connection and friendship with your colleagues. And especially with this department, it's a really challenging job. And just the connection with people, having a bit of fun as much as you can, and just doing what we need to do as well with the work and everything. But just that connection and that togetherness just makes things so much better. And it brings a team together, and you start to work as a really polished team because you give a shit about each other. And it's like the team or the crew, when they unite, the magic that can be created is phenomenal. And that's what I was doing without realizing I was doing it.
How long did it take you to get to that place of connecting with people? From when you first started to being completely new in the industry and to the job, and then realizing or just starting to actually check in with people. How long do you reckon that took you? Because you've only been in that position for 12 months.
So some of the people in there, because they've gone through a lot of staff, a high turnover of staff, because the job's so challenging. And you need to learn really quick. And you need to be bloody fast. And it's very hard for somebody, like I use me as an example, to go in there and you have no idea, no training, never done bakery, don't know squat about anything. So you're just this little kid going to this big place, just trying to fit in and get by, and there's expectations on you as well to learn quickly and to be fast, which is impossible, by the way. I don't know how that works. Anyway, it takes time. So anybody that goes in there new, you understand that they're new, they're not going to know anything. There's training involved. So it would have taken me, I'd say, a few months before. I was always talking to people and trying to learn as much as I can and that type of thing. It would have been a few months or a couple of months before I was able to start to chat to people, because I'm pretty talkative and I can be a bit of a rat bag at times. When I want fun, I need a little bit of fun. It can be challenging when you're new, because in that department, expectation is head down, bum up, because of the time ratio that plays out and the quality that is then to be made. So I get all that. So yeah, I'm going to say a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, and then the better I got, the faster I got, I was then had a little bit more respect in the bakery, because I was able to hold a little bit more weight and do a few more things. So in a way, it wasn't as stressful than when I was new. So then I was able to connect with more people. But it might have taken me 6 months, really.
Okay.
Because of the changeover of people as well, I have to get to know people, and they're, scared out of their wits. And it's so overwhelming. I mean, I was saying to you a while ago, get some of the drivers in there to experience the bakery. And everybody said, yeah, come and experience it. You won't last 5 minutes. It's just so hardcore in there. So without me knowing it, I was not conscious of this, just having it a bit more of a lighter vibe in there as much as I could. Because we all needed a lighter vibe in there. All needed connection. It's like your brothers in arms in a way. You know, I can understand why soldiers go and fight these battles that they've done, and they've got these close-knit friends where their soldiers have their back, and they've got this comradeship, this closeness. You know, I've got your back, mate. I felt like that's what it needed in there. So that aspect of it, for me personally, was the magic that I was able to share just a little bit, and met some really amazing, talented cooks and chefs and funny people. Very funny stuff. The head chef, Simon, very, very funny bloke. Very funny. Very stressed. Very hardcore. But when he was on his mark with being funny, it just cracked me up. And we needed that. Yeah. So I got an opportunity with somebody that stepped into the position in the warehouse as manager, and I was working with him 12 months on the pie machine. I'm not going to miss that machine, just to let everybody know. Special machine that makes these pies. Produces so many pies a day, it's crazy. And he would come in for a few hours and just help out. And he's a great guy. Shout out to Jayson. Great guy. Love Jayson. We butted heads a few times. We both loved it. A bit feisty. Because I see this bakery as the fire element. You know, it's fire and passion and drive and so, you know. And I must admit, you know, I did start some of the little, you know, disagreements for fun with Jayson. And he stepped up to be manager in the warehouse because he's really gifted at what he does. And he just asked if I was interested in being beside him, help him run it. I'm like, oh, geez. I had to think about it, talk to you about it. And I just thought, well, that's an opportunity for me to step into to learn something else. And my job here at the bakery has burnt me out, and I'm tired. And I'm not 20. A lot of these people in there are really young. If you're 20 and 21 and 25, you recover really quickly. So as you get older, you don't recover as quick. And you've got cortisol levels in there, just stupid cortisol levels in there. Not so much now because it's winding down because it's getting warmer, but back in the peak season during winter, it's crazy. Anyway, so I said, after a week, I said, yep, I'll jump in. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to try that. I think it'd be exciting. I'm going to meet a whole new group of people, and maybe I can help with connection again on a different level with new people. Because I didn't realise, I feel that my gift is being able to connect with people. And not just like, oh, g'day mate, how you going? But actually having a true connection. Actually people might, well, I feel a little bit important here. I feel like I have a voice. I feel like, and I never thought of myself as that. But now after this 12 months and what I've learnt, and the last couple of days, because this happened on Friday, because we're now doing this show on it was Thursday was the last day, because we've got the AFL public holiday, and then Saturday today. I didn't realise how much of an impact I had until I left, because a lot of the staff members decided to plastic or glad wrap my car. There was talk about that. It's like, mate, just to let you know, you're going to get it before you leave. And then the head chef, Simon, the other team set up cakes and stuff like that. And that was very unexpected and very sweet. And I was very touched by that. I was really touched by the love and the care of this team, where I was like, wow, I didn't expect that. It's like if you give the care and the love back to people, you're going to get in return. We talked about that as well, about the matrix reflecting back. So they glad wrapped my car, went outside, I took film of it, and I just appreciate the connection and the love of everyone when I left.
I actually did see footage of the glad wrap on the car. It is funny, and from my perspective, I had been going through stuff in the last few weeks that Jayson had decided he was going to shift into a different position in the company. Because with Jayson and myself, Jayson goes through a lot of the practical, physicality, the world practical stuff, where I feel a lot of the emotional stuff that goes on. And there was a lot of emotional feelings that I had been feeling, which I thought were my own feelings, and realizing only in this last week that they actually weren't my own feelings. And the reason why I understand that, because yesterday is our public holiday, or yesterday was our public holiday, and I was busy editing and Jayson was you were cleaning the car, and I came out and I said to you that I had felt that we were separating, but it wasn't what I realized that's not me. I felt like because I could feel this sadness happen. There's such tremendous sadness. And in my head, I got, Jayson's leaving me. And I thought, well, that's not me. And that's when I picked up everyone from your work. I picked up the emotional side, the emotions, the feelings of everyone from your work. And then I realized how big and how important it was for everyone to put on, and you could say, an afternoon tea, or the importance of people even glad wrapping your car, which was it was actually really funny.
It was bloody funny.
It was really funny. And the importance of the head chef actually buying you a funny gift. To me, that says that he took note of what was going on. He took note of your daily life. And the fact that people bought you a card, because from what I get in the history of people leaving, because they have quite a few people have left in the past, you don't always get a chance to do things because it's such a fast-paced environment from what you've told me. So people don't actually get a chance to give a send-off kind of thing. But because of the connection that you made with everyone, and because of you always checking in with everyone and asking them how they're going and having those conversations, and it really showed me on a real deep emotional level the importance of what you did for everyone, and the importance of connection, which is what we're actually talking about. Because connection is big. Like you said, when you go out into battle, in the war, in any kind of fight, you want someone to be there to have your back, pretty much. And that is pretty much what you have created in the bakery, on probably without anyone realizing. You created that army that everyone was looking for, that friendship, that camaraderie that everyone was looking for. And it showed at the end of the day when you left, pretty much. And that's a big thing. That's what connection is. The connection is knowing that someone has you back, but also being there for everyone and just checking in. How you going? How's your day? Because sometimes people are having a really shit day and they just might need someone to go, how you going?
Yeah. Because we all have lives outside of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before I forget, I want to thank Lou, my mate, my little Asian bro. Love Lou. Funny little guy. He was the one that had the idea and organised the glad wrap, or the cling wrap, or the plastic wrap. So, yeah. And I'll miss Lou because he's funny too. And he was the one that helped me a lot at the start as well. So that was really nice. I'm going to have to go through everybody through the podcast because I don't want to leave anybody out. So as we talk, I'll get memories. And
I was going to say, why don't you just thank everyone now?
I will.
Okay.
I'm not in the bakery now, love. I could take my time. I can breathe.
You can breathe.
Yeah. So realising that we all need that connection and that friendship together, especially in a close-knit team. And if all companies had that, companies would really prosper more, because it's not about. So most companies are like, well, it's all about the clients, and it's how we built. So therefore, we've got the clients. The people are I'm not going to say all companies are like this, but the people are the ones who keep it running, keep it going, keep it producing, and I'm realizing that more than ever. We said eventually when we have our own team, we want a connected team. Not just us CEOs, bloody hoo-has. It's like we are in a team, a bit like I'm getting shown the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
And I've always loved that King Arthur.
Yeah, you have.
Knights of the Round Table, because he was not representation just as the king. He was one of the brothers.
Yeah.
So in the bakery, you got the brothers and the sisters. I'm gonna do a shout out to Alex. He's a hard worker, and he's learning a lot about people skills as well. Mm-hmm. So he'll get there eventually. And just if you listen to this, Alex, just work on your people skills, and it's okay to feel. It's okay. It's okay to have a laugh. Christine, said my love to you, Christine. Keep up your chin. Things will work out. Jane, I had a connection with Jane. She was the first Filipino in the bakery, and she was really doing it tough, trying to reconnect in and stuff. So I just need to talk to her. And so we formed a friendship. She's really sweet. We poke our tongue out a lot to each other across the bakery. So I formed a really beautiful connection with her. Ben, he's new. G'day, mate. Keep up the good work. There's Alfonso, Elvis. Hey, guys. They do all the rolling with the pastry. Who else? Did I mention Erica?
No, you didn't, actually.
Erica, she's back from some surgery. She's been a close comrade, which I've really appreciated. And I keep on telling her to eat more calories because she's really skinny. And it's like, you need to eat more. So I annoy the crapper out of her. I said Simon, head chef. I said Dale. Amelia, g'day, mate. Caitlin, she's only there a little bit now. Another hard working.
You're forgetting my best friend of all time.
Ivy. Yep. Ivy, another Asian beautiful girl. And she's hangs around me, and I try to help and support her, and I still can't understand what she's saying. But that's okay. We use a lot of body language, and I do a lot of directions, a lot of pointing. I can't miss out on James. He's a great guy. And he's going to go places. So if you're hearing this, James, I know you're going to go places. I'll keep talking. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone, because that would be really sad and really disrespectful on my end. So it's been big. I didn't understand the impact of, or understand what the impact would be of moving out of this bakery family. And I'm feeling quite emotional now. So maybe I'm letting go on a level as well. And you've been picking up on my stuff, because you're like a really big empath. You pick up on everything, and because you're so feeling, and I was listening to another podcast about you being more in your head, and you've become so much more in your feeling than I don't feel like you realise.
Which one was that?
Oh, we've done like over 70, so
yeah, no, but okay.
I can't pinpoint what number.
Why not? Why can't you?
Got my whole list here. I'm gonna do this.
That's a good point.
So you've grown a lot too. So you've been holding on to the feeling and the emotion for me, tapping into that, which I feel on a level for me to better move forward and survive with my own feelings. I've had to like cut it off a little bit.
Because if I had to tap into it now, which I have only just a little bit, I would break down and cry.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I would literally break down and cry. And what I felt yesterday, I had to discuss with Jayson what I was feeling yesterday, because when I feel something, it feels like it's me.
Yeah.
Until I realize it's actually not me. And when I got in my head, you're leaving me, and realize, well, it's not actually me. And I needed to express the feeling the emotion that I was feeling in my heart, I had to express it to you. And once I did express it to you and we spoke about it, I was able to actually let go of it. And you said that there's a possibility, and it could stem from my own experiences, from my own upbringing as well. But there's also a possibility that the reason why I was feeling everyone else at the bakery was to maybe help them process it a bit easier, because right now I'm really glad I'm not tapping into it, because it's just way too...
It's a lot.
It's way too much for me to actually... I'd be more puffy-eyed.
Yeah.
So on a level, yes, I was tapping into the feeling and understanding the importance of connection with people on a bigger level.
Yeah. In the importance and what that can leave with people, a better care, communication is quite big.
Yeah.
And bigger than I ever thought.
Yeah.
I have a natural connection with people because the healer in me, I can't help it. I just want to help everyone. And in a way, Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah.
When it comes to people, it's not my job with everyone, but if I can do a little support or share a little bit of something or be a bit funny just to help with that, it's really good. And I'm learning people really do appreciate that. And in this department, because I did have an opportunity to be play a bigger role in the bakery, I just felt like it was just time for me to shift out of that into this other role. One, because the physicality of it was just getting way too much for me. And it was the people I loved a bits. It's it's a lot of the physicality. I need time to.
You need time to
to
rest in a...
I know this other job's going to be full on and
not so
great, but it's going to be different. It's going to be a different thing.
I don't mean this in a bad way, just kind of not so spastic.
But it has to be on a level.
Yeah.
Because of what is produced in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not a monstrous team either. Maybe sometimes we're 15, sometimes 10, sometimes 7, sometimes 6, depends on the day.
To give everyone an understanding of what this job entails or what the company does, the company is a really well-known company across Australia, and they deliver food to other companies pretty much. And Jayson was in the bakery, and the amount of hot food, pies, sausage rolls, cakes, pastries, pasties, you name it, that was produced by the bakery here in Melbourne in Australia, just in Victoria, the Melbourne department alone, because there's 2 departments in Victoria. And in one department where I am, there's at least 50 vans. And if I have 10 pies of one flavour, say normal meat pie, and there's about 5 different flavours, and you've got 10 pies of 5 different flavours for one van. I'm exaggerating here. That's like 50 pies just for the one van.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And there's 50 vans.
And that's just one item.
And that's just one item. That's not including the sausage rolls. So if you add the sausage rolls on top of that, that's a lot of food that this bakery was actually producing.
And people, I'm getting in the ethers, what's the name of this company? And legally, we are not allowed to discuss what the name of the company is.
No.
For legal rights. And we've both signed, I don't know if you have, but I've signed a social media contract with this company.
Yeah, I would have in the beginning. Yeah, so we can't actually mention the company, but we can say it is a really well-known food delivery company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a remarkable... It started off a very humble beginnings from one man, and it's grown into its own empire.
Yeah.
And I'm always astonished and in disbelief on how amazing this company is, and the people that work at this place are phenomenal. Managers included, everybody's phenomenal. It is one big family, and I am proud to be part of that and learnt what I've learnt.
Yeah.
Even though that eventually we are working on creating our own big thing in the future, but at the moment we both appreciate what we are doing here and connecting, because Your job is connecting with people on the road.
Mm-hmm.
You mightn't have the same connection with the drivers, everybody else, because you're in and out.
Mm-hmm.
But the connection with your customers is massive,
Mm.
and all of you have to have that connection.
Yeah.
Because part of the reason why you do go to a van to get, say, a pie, for example, in a Big M, not just for the food, but you love the driver and you have a rapport and a connection with them.
Yeah.
So this connection thing goes wide and far.
Mm. And we've always spoken about connection. Maybe not actually the topic connection, but it always has been the undercurrent for a lot of the things that we've spoken about. Yeah.
I just want to go through all the people. I need to make sure that I've got this right. So you've got Simon, Dale, James, Alfonso, Elvis, Alex, Erica, Jane, Christine, Amelia, and Caitlin. Is there anybody else I'm missing?
Ivy.
Well, she's only there for a day enough. Abby. I missed out on Abby. Because she's only there a couple of days a week as well. So a shout out to Abby. Another beautiful Asian girl. Hardworking. Just gets the job done. Very quiet. I tried to talk to her a little bit. And it's hard. Anyway, I'll give it a go. So Abby, she wants to be a good cook or chef, so she's got the pathway of doing that. That's all I can think of at the moment. Geez, if I've forgotten anybody, you're gonna have to have a go at me. And I said to you, I feel like in this job I've sailed the 7 seas, and I feel a little bit what's the saying? Wind blowing.
Windswept?
Windswept.
Is that it?
In there, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So that's what I want to talk about today. And just to pay my respect and just honour the team in this department. And yeah, it's a big gig. But I feel blessed to experience it, not all the times, but coming out the other side, it's been a very life-changing thing for me.
It has.
On many, many levels. And I was saying to Simon, I said, I totally respect your position and what you do is phenomenal. Yes, there's refinements there, but you work on that. But it's such I said, you helped me step into another level of being a man. Not to say to gruff up, but to step into another level within myself, which I didn't even know that I had. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for being my friend, and you are all bloody funny in your own way. And I hope I've shared some laughter and mucking around and support and some heart connection with the people in there. And then off to the next part of the journey. Yeah, that starts on Monday. So I have no idea what I'm doing again. Seems to be my theme. Get thrown into new things. No idea what I'm doing. Give me some people I can heal. I'm good to go. I'm going to ask my soul group to come through.
Because it's 44 minutes.
I know. I can talk by myself for almost an hour.
Do you know what? The funny thing is, I was sitting here and I'm like, and I was getting I could feel you talking a lot, but on another level, it's like, no, you need to, I could feel the little boy in you just go blah, 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 blah. You know, just really expressing like he needed to express and really just throw everything out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what that is on a level? It really is appreciation. Yeah. And for the people I've connected with and the people I will still see every day.
You'll still see them because you're not leaving the company. It's just you're moving to a different department.
And I was trying to explain that to a couple of people in the bakery the other day. It's like, I'm not leaving the company. But I got what they were saying. It's like, yeah, but it's not the same.
No, it's not the same, no. And you did what you could. You made the best decision purely for the fact of, you know, your body and just being a bit tired and things along those lines. Because I guess if the bakery wasn't the way the bakery was, you'd probably still be in the bakery because it's so hectic, and like you said, you can't stand for 2 seconds because I get it. The amount of food, I get the end product. So I see the end product, and the amount of food that we need to be able to go out into the world, I get why it's always crazy busy in there.
Well, it's the same with what you do, and it's the same with what there's another department makes sandwiches and rolls and do all that. And they do crazy stuff as well. They're like non-stop as well. This company has to be a finely oiled machine for it to keep on producing, putting it there to the public arena. So we all get that.
And I do feel that possibly you did what you had to do on an energetic level, and I just got a white speck above you. You had to do what you needed to do on an energetic level to share the love in that department. And now it's time for you to move to a different department to possibly share the love in that department as well.
As I said to you and everybody else the other day, I just need to do me. I don't need to prove anything or do anything special. I just need to do me. And I feel like that's what we all need to do with each other. Just be as much as you can, the authentic you. And that goes a long way. And that is good.
Saying that, sometimes, like I mentioned, because for some reason I had to bring up introverts in this as well. Sometimes even an introvert is being them, and that's okay as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
But not everybody's extrovert.
No.
I am really an introvert.
Yeah.
I've had to learn over the years to be a little bit more extrovert. It's not my nature to be, because you're introvert as well. It's not in our nature to be fully out there, and how you get a lot of extroverts. So I've had to learn that along the way. So I get what you're saying about people who are introverted.
But I feel like it's a possibility, because you've probably worked with a lot of introverts, and new people coming into any department would be very introverted because they don't know anyone around them. So I guess maybe from what I'm feeling is that if you're in a space, a workspace, a company, a department, and there is someone that is very quiet, it might not hurt to just go, hey, how you going?
Yeah.
And connect with them, because there might be a reason why they are so quiet, so shy, and so introverted. They just may need someone to befriend.
Geez, this conversation can go far. I'm just getting, when you go to school...
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah.
You've got no friends. You're by yourself. It's big. It's scary.
That's exactly
it's
it.
Like, and then you meet a couple of friends. You're like, I got a couple of friends now.
And you calm down. You're like, life's okay because I've got some people that are my friends now.
Yeah.
Connection, no matter where it is, doesn't have to be in the workplace. It can be home, actual friends, school. Connection is important.
When you're shopping for your veggies at Coles. G'day, mate.
Oh.
I was trying to make conversation with somebody the other day at Coles getting something, and she thought I was loony.
But that, not everyone...
Who's this strange bloke?
But that's because you are.
Yeah, so that's the gist of it. I'm going to tap into Ask with my True Soul group is here just to share their perspective on connection and see what comes up. And yeah. So what I'm getting is that energy pushed me to have this conversation today. Or gave me a nudge.
I wonder why.
Because it's about connection.
Oh.
Yes, don't thank us now, Jayson and Alison. You can thank us later. A beautiful conversation and connection. We can feel the love from you both. And the department, this company, can feel the heart, the connection that you shared in the last 12 months of being there. You, Jayson, are there to reconnect the hearts and the minds of the people together again, to share forth connection, friendship, heart, not just always mind. It is the heart that brings the people together. The funniness, the quirkiness, the individuals just simply being their authentic selves. This is what you've been talking about on so many podcast shows, and you've actually been both living it in your jobs, not just talking about this, but living it, breathing it, being this, walking your talk, not just talking. We are very proud of you both. Sharing the love goes far, as Jayson and yourself, Alison, as we do talk on your behalf. The importance and what you receive back through simply connecting with people on a deeper level, on a heart space, a caring, nurturing level. Jayson, and you receive this back tenfolds simply by connecting and sharing yourself with others. Many can learn from you the importance of this. Management can learn from this, the importance of connecting with the staff and the people. All of you can learn from this, the importance of connecting. This is a start of the evolution of humanity, reconnecting on a whole new level together. This is what we've been moving forward to express, the importance of connecting through your podcast shows. Remember, on many levels, you are all the same. You're human beings doing your best to pay the bills, to create friendships, to get by on so many levels. Life is very different than what it was once before. You need each other. You need friendships, connection, support, have each other's back. Not backstabbing, but love and support of each other. And you will all go far. Is there any questions that come to your mind or your heart, Alison, at this time?
I don't really have a question. I just feel a lot. And I have to keep that feeling at bay because it's very overwhelming.
How far you've come.
Because I want to cry if I had to tap into it.
The sea of love and emotion and feeling. As this triggers emotions and feelings within you and your past, you will find that, yes, you are tapping into this feeling and this emotion. But on a level, on many levels, it's just evoking and bringing up what you are feeling within you from outside of you, if this makes any sense at all.
I have a question. How can people connect in the workforce? Let's say. Let's use a workforce because that's what we've been talking about. So how can people connect with each other in the workforce?
Simply saying hello is a one form or another of connection, is it not?
Well, that was very basic.
Taking time for each other, no matter how busy you are, is important. A simple start of saying hello or a smile is a form of connection. It doesn't always need to be a big grandeur telling each other's life stories. Just start with simply a smile and a hello. As Jayson would say, "G'day, mate. How are you?" You just don't know. If you do that enough, you might form a conversation. Small talk as well is a connection. As Alison, you've told Jayson many times before, you don't like doing small talk.
I struggle with small talk. I'm just going to let everyone know I struggle with small talk. I'm deep. I'm an ocean crevice.
And what we are trying to say to you, Alison, is small talk can lead into a deeper talk, a deeper conversation. We feel like you've missed this understanding. It's not about needing to go deep into the ocean, into the abyss, when you've just met somebody for the first 3 seconds. You do small talk. Just you start to reconnect with that person, and then eventually perhaps you can go diving deep together. That's why Jayson talks to you about doing small talk first. We are finding this quite amusing. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for this. Indeed. We know how to lighten up the mood.
I do understand the importance of small talk, and it has taken me a while to, I guess, learn. That's a really good example. Okay, so can we use that as an example? So for someone or for people who are not used to small talk, it might take them some time to be able to go, okay, how you going? Or they might just feel a little off. Is there another way of breaking the ice? Because sometimes they might feel like they just can't even do that. Like an introvert, for example. Even if something as simple as saying, how you going? Like an introvert so much wants to connect with someone, but they can't bring themselves to go, how you going? Even how can they break the ice? I was trying to get them on that perception. Yeah.
With this, it is up to the individual to feel confident to do so. You cannot force anyone to connect with you if they do not feel safe or do not choose to, and choose to keep to themselves. That is their individual journey. If you were like you, Alison, open and friendly, it's much easier for you to connect. But for others, it may not. You just allow them to be. And if you meet somebody that is introverted and very shy, we say, just take it easy. Start by saying hello. Some people need to feel into your energy, and maybe they are not doing this consciously, but on other levels they are just feeling into you to see if they can trust you. If you're okay to talk to. We are all different. You are all different. You are both very lucky because you are both very intuitive and are very good with people and very open and approachable. So it's easy for you both. But for others, it's not always that easy. Does this help?
Yes, it does help. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So some people, I guess.
Yeah, and I just wanted to get that perception. You know, say, for example, I think you said Jane, she was brand new. She came from overseas, didn't know anyone, would be more introverted because, like you said, in school, you're very introverted when you start a new school or anything along those lines. And perhaps for her, like they said, she had to feel or suss out, you know, are you okay to talk to? And, you know, before she could actually open up kind of thing.
And now she's blossomed and she's smiling and laughing and able to have a joke with me and feel comfortable being her.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful to see.
I don't know why, but I feel like touching on the subject of introverts, for me, maybe this might help me or someone else out there, that in the workforce, if there does seem like someone who keeps to themselves, and you know how sometimes the dynamic of a workforce or a team can not be as or reach their greatest potential because someone might be a bit more shy and introverted and they may seem like they're not putting in as much effort, but it could just be because they don't know how to connect. And if a person can, like you did with Jane, approach them at a safe space and just maybe ask them, how you going? Because you just never know, that person might want to connect with someone as well.
If you're intuitive, it's a lot easier than not. If you're not, it's a little bit harder. And
But
it is what it is.
For a workforce or for a group, yeah, if there is someone who does seem introverted, just give them some time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Just allow them just to be.
Yeah.
Because we've all got things going on. You know, people who are really shy and introverted, they might have a lot of stuff going on at home or in their lives, or there's, you know what I mean? You just don't know. I mean, when I talk to these people and some of the people in the bakery, because they're, you know, doing their thing, but when you get a chance to talk to them at morning tea or lunch and everything, and you start to ask about themselves, you go, oh wow, you got a lot going on, and it's a big experience here, and you are overwhelmed, and you should be overwhelmed, and just, yeah.
Because I'm actually remembering one of the drivers, one of the staff members that don't work there anymore. She was next to me, and she was very introverted, very, very introverted. And sometimes being introverted in the position that I am, it's better to be friendly and connected. Not saying that she wasn't friendly, but she was very introverted. And I would always ask her how she's going in the morning. Hey, how's your afternoon? And I would say something as, oh, it's Tuesday, you know, we're a day closer to the weekend. So then in return, she would always joke about, oh, it's Thursday, a day closer. So she would actually open up in that regard as well. Never really got a chance to have a full-on conversation because our positions never really allowed that to happen. But she did open up on a level to say, oh, you know, hey, it's Tuesday, we're a day closer to the weekend. So it does actually work.
And it's just the little things that matter. I'm feeling pretty good about this, what's been expressed. Yeah, and I'll just ask if is there anything you want to say before I do last messages, or you're good?
Yeah, I think I'm good. There's not really, yeah.
Sorry, Alison, and everyone I've stolen the show.
No, it's okay. I had a feeling, as you were talking, I just kept feeling, it's like, no, he's got to express this. It's got to come out. And I just felt that it had to come out.
Because it's important. Yeah, it's important. Because people might learn from this as well. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're human beings trying to get by and do our best. And a little bit of connection and love and joy and support with each other goes a long way. Yeah. Okay, so anything else you want to share? All we have to say to you all is just keep connecting with each other as much as you can, sharing the love, sharing the support with each other. You'll be surprised if you continue to do this, that you all might start to feel a lot happier within yourselves, because you all need love and connection. This is the people that you are. This is the humanity that you are. Releasing separation and learning to reconnect again. Until next time, we are appreciative of being here and expressing our perception once again. Goodbye. Okay, that's because we've talked for like an hour now.
It's probably been an hour, yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for listening, tuning in, watching, and taking time out of your lives to listen to us. I want to say one thing. If you're a truckie out there and you find our podcast and you're doing like a really long drive to interstate, we will definitely keep you entertained.
Yeah.
So check out Phoenix Awaken podcast. To all the truckies out there.
All the truckies.
It might just change your life.
All the drivers that are doing long distance.
Because you were, the other day you were talking to a fellow truckie and I was just like, oh, I've got to say that on the podcast because what a beautiful thing to listen to.
Yeah.
While you're doing this, 3 days.
Not just here in Australia, everywhere else in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
All over the world, all the truckies out there.
Yeah, all the truckies, head over to Phoenix Awaken podcast. We'd make you laugh.
Oh, yes. If not cry.
No, it'd probably make them laugh. For some reason, I've got a triangle of sadness in my...
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching.
Thank you for listening, watching, tuning in. Until you see us and hear us in the next one, love and blessings, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.